Hey guys, Duke from Retro Nonsense here. I just wanted to take a minute and congratulate STC Podcast on their 200th
Do you remember T.I. Joe's?
I'm doing something here. Rude. Anyway, as I was saying, Bill and Joe have done an outstanding job.
Do you remember He-Man?
What is wrong with you?
We have time fragments to repair.
We'll get back to repairing the time loop soon enough. I'm trying to congratulate STC Podcast on their 200th podcast episode.
What is a podcast?
It's sort of like, remember when I was a kid and I used to record silly little shows on my tape deck and then play them back for my friends? Well, it's kind of like that, but like on your phone. They even had me on as a guest once. Look, I don't have time for this. Can I get back to my thing, please?
Sorry.
Anyway, STC Podcast is one of my favorite weekly podcasts.
Can I do it? I want to tell them.
What? No. Are you kidding me? You don't even know who they are. Are you not getting enough attention or something? Knock it off and let me finish this, please. Oh, no. No, you don't. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Congratulations, Bill and Joe, on your 200th tape show for phones. Now, where did I put Duke? Uh-oh. Duke, where are you? Can you hear me?
STCPOD and the opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the presenters therein, without any affiliation or obligation to any establishment, either real or imagined, even if they wanted it. Now, get ready and hit start to continue.
Hey, we're live.
Is that our cue?
Yeah, that's when we start talking.
Oh, geez, I'm not used to this.
Awesome video by Duke. Thank you so much for putting that together, Duke Retro Nonsense. What made it even better was Joe crunching through the entire thing. It wouldn't be an STC without your munching sounds over the top of something that was so well produced.
I was softening up those pretzel sticks in my mouth, so I don't know how you heard that.
What? There's a mute button right here. I see it right on the microphone.
No, that makes a clicking noise. I don't like it.
All I heard was your sloshing around, horse chewing.
Sorry, brother.
God,
pretzels go good with my 5th beer tonight.
I'm sorry, Duke, that happened to your video, but we do appreciate you putting that out there. That was awesome.
That was my first time seeing that, by the way.
Yeah, you held off.
I wanted to be surprised. Yeah. When was the last time Duke was on the show?
Is that a trivia question right now?
No, that's not one of the trivia questions.
Duke was on the show. I think it was like episode 29 or something.
Oh, super. I don't know why you haven't wanted to have him back on since.
Oh, believe me, I've been chasing that guy for a while. But I did get to break bread with him and his family.
Wow.
Partied with him, too.
Pleasure. Can't all be as lucky as you.
Pleasure of my lifetime.
It would be great to see him once or twice. Maybe next year at CC. Is it still CC3? Is that the title for it?
I know. Maybe.
CC3 2019?
CC Joe's house?
No.
Well, maybe if we did do it at your house, that'd be one way for me to get another invite there and enjoy the pool, since that didn't happen this summer. But
this was a summer of busyness where no one's actually come over.
No one.
Yeah. So we'll organize something next year.
Oh yeah, you got to really organize something to have your friend over and his family. That's a real thing to organize.
It is.
I tell you, if the cottage crew were to call you up and come over in their, Lotuses and Corvettes and Mustangs, be no problem. Come on over. Well, anyways, welcome everybody to episode 200 of STCPOD, your Start to Continue podcast, as presented by the Cartridge Club. It was a huge honor that Cartridge Club has allowed us to be hosted on their channel, so we don't have to worry about any of the minutia, the production behind the scenes. We don't have to be, pulling cables and twisting dials while this show's on. The Cartridge Club is behind it all and making this show a beautiful presentation that it is.
And all it took was a huge monetary donation.
Well, no, nothing like that. It's just part of the perks of being a podcast of the year.
Well, I had to give money. I don't know why you didn't.
Oh, well, you have the money.
Oh.
So that might be, they know who to go for.
You're saying I got sucker on my forehead?
No, if you just follow, I know if you follow Joe around long enough, you're bound to pick up quarters and loonies and toonies and fives and tens. They just spill out of that back pocket.
There we go.
Mostly because his hands are in his pants so much and jostling stuff around that stuff just falls out.
What'd you do today? I haven't heard hide nor hair of you like the last day.
It was not good. It wasn't good.
Why? What's going on?
Fell asleep. Had a big giant
all
nap.
those times, all those times I tell you to do stuff. Like you could be taking care of your lawn. I was out there for about an hour today, picking weeds, having a cup of coffee, and just holding the hose in my hand, watering my lawn. And it was like heaven.
Someone grab that sound drop right there. It's too depressing outside for one. There's leaves literally on the grass now.
Not yet.
They are.
A sprinkling.
Up here, the leaves are on the ground, and it's super hot out, so it's quite confusing. I don't know how the trees know to start dropping them, but
no, the temperatures dropped, dude. I turned my AC off yesterday. That's it.
Your AC.
AC's off. We're done.
Your AC.
AC.
Good.
Yes.
How many tons is that one?
I'm glad don't worry about that. I'm glad I had to buy a new unit about 3 weeks ago. Sure got my money's worth out of it. Couldn't hold off another year.
Well, you could have, but
no, I was sleeping on the couch. It was so hot in the house. It's not where a man should be sleeping.
Well, don't buy a house where the windows don't open, because they're all, bulletproof.
No, I don't like them open because I hear noises outside. I like quiet.
Well, so I fell asleep.
So you slept your day away.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed, but these day shifts been killing me, man. Killing me. And unlike, you, I don't catch up on my sleep during the shift in my chair at work.
I don't.
So
I do it on my lunch break, which is perfectly legal.
Yeah, this new thing where you disappear for an hour, I'm not sure if I like that.
Why? You gotta keep your eye on me the entire time?
Yeah, and that's more time that I have to run the whole business. So I don't know.
What? You can do it. You're a big boy. I tell you, you can leave the room. You don't go anywhere.
And do you not think you have an issue?
What?
That
I'm fine. No.
You can go to the packed cafeteria, rammed full of people. People are back to back at all of the chairs, shoveling the food in the mouth, talking. It's loud. Everything's going on. And you manage to go to sleep in front of all those people. You don't think that's an issue?
It's not an issue. It's a talent.
As
far as I'm concerned. It's the only superpower I have.
You got to teach me that for sure.
Just close your eyes and go to sleep, man.
I can't do that.
You wolf your food down, you catch a quick 40-minute nap, and you're good for the day.
Then how come when you come back to the room, you need to do like this part 2 of the 40-minute nap?
I don't. Spreading lies again.
Well, I can update you on something that's been going on in my life. Pretty big lifestyle change going on.
Does it concern me in any way?
Yeah, you're part of it. You were involved. I've now switched to different
Diet Coke,
different underwear.
Oh, did you go to the not the tidy whities, but the boxer briefs, like I suggested?
Yeah. Boxer briefs,
man. I've been on boxer briefs for like 20 years.
I'm loving it. I am.
I have so
secure.
many. I get them every Christmas, and I have so many because I wear them till they disintegrate in the nether regions, right? And then somehow they disappear because my wife throws them out. I've got so many saved up because I usually get socks and underwear for Christmas that they don't fit me anymore because I've gotten larger. Like they're so tight.
What has gotten larger?
The boxer. Well, I've gotten larger, but a size that would have fit me before. Like I've saved them so much. I like them so much that I'm worried about running out of them. That they don't fit anymore.
Well, so I was on the tidy whities or the jockeys as they're called, or the Y fronts, you know.
But you're a grown
Forever.
man. No, you're a grown man. You can.
Been that
That's
way
impossible because you're a grown man.
They offered the best kind of support.
No, they don't. They're too
And-
tight.
Now listen. No, they're not tight. They just hold you.
No, that's why they're called tidy whities.
I tried these, what are they called? The boxer briefs previously, probably 10 years ago. And
No, do boxer briefs or boxers?
no, I won't do there's no support there. Boxer briefs with the hug the legs, and these things instantly shot up the crotch area, and you're walking around with them driving in between your legs.
Too tight then, man. You got the wrong size.
So that was an immediate cancellation of that project and back to the jockeys. But what was happening? My last pair, like they're I don't know, stretching out or whatever. Like the crotchular area, down there was like stretching all the way down to my knees. It seemed there was no coverage anymore happening.
What brand did you buy?
Waggling around.
What brand did you buy?
I don't know.
Did you get the Stan? You got just buy the ones that I buy, Stanfield, so you're good to go.
That's the ones I had as jockeys though, and they were instantly stretching out to crap. So I looked on Amazon, where I went through the STCPOD.com link to get the best deal on underwear.
Plug.
And this is some no-name brand, but it's highly rated, and you get like 6 pairs for $30, and they're the boxer briefs. And no riding up. It's some kind of cotton and some other blend happening that's stretchy.
What size
just
are you?
Feel so secure. So secure.
What size are you?
Massive.
So I was going to say, if you haven't worn all 6 pairs yet, I'd take a pair off you and try it and see what this brand is.
We're not trading underwear.
No, I'll buy it off. I'll give you $5.
Well, I already washed all of. There is a few that have not been put on my body, but I washed the whole thing, so I don't know which ones got mixed in with the ones that have been worn. So, but I can show you. I can put that link up somewhere, and it's a great.
No, just pull your pants down next time we're at work and show me.
It's not any kind of name, because as I was going through the pages and pages of underwear, which is highly embarrassing when you're at work, by the way, lots of bulges flying in your face.
I've seen you do worse.
All of, like, if there's a name associated to the brand, stupid expensive. Like one pair of underwear is $30.
What about those ones that Howard Stern always talks about? What brand does he wear?
I don't know.
He was going on about those. He got some new brand of underwear. Like, it was probably a couple of years ago, and he loved them.
Yeah, I seem to recall something. That's probably 5 years ago. We talked about that. That was some independent brand or something, though, right? And he was going all.
Well, I know my buddy Joe Rogan talks about a pair that he has, so maybe I'll try those.
No, I just told you the pair to have.
You didn't give a name for them.
It's not a name. I don't know, but I can.
That's easy to find, right?
I can put the link out there, and it was cool. It came in this big Ziploc sleeve, like not a lot of frills to it, just a Ziploc sleeve. They're all tightly rolled.
Pay for packaging.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's great. Amazon through STCPOD.com. So, should we take a minute and explain what's going on today to the people that are wondering?
Sure, go ahead.
I thought you'd go ahead.
I did not look at the rundown sheet, so I have no idea what's going on with this show.
Well, we don't do rundown sheets. This is STC Pod, an off the cuff kind of discussional podcast where we sit and talk for about an hour or so. It's more or less two dudes fighting each other about all kinds of nitpicky, stupid things.
All I know is that this is our special 200th episode.
That's right.
And that's why this is the only reason why I showed up.
It is our 200th episode, and we are live on the Cartridge Club Network, live on YouTube and on Google Hangouts. And if you would like to appear on this very podcast, you can send a message to the director of this show, Musty Hobbit, and he will give you instructions how to get in live. And then you can say you've been on a Podcast of the Year podcast. It's not a lot of opportunities to do that. Right?
You're talking to me?
No, who else am I talking to?
I don't know. I thought you were talking to everybody out there.
He got distracted. What did he see? Was there an olive that rolled across your desk or something? Is there anything else you want to get into, or should we
No, let's keep going with this. We're doing good.
We're doing good. Did you watch the Emmys this week?
No, I missed it. I forgot that they were not that I didn't forget they were on. I was busy because we worked that day, and then I came home and had to I spent about an hour and a half cleaning the kitchen, and then by then I was just too tired, so I just I think I played some game or something. I don't remember, or passed out on the couch.
How can you spend an hour and a half cleaning the kitchen?
Well, it was just one of those days where I think the mother-in-law made like chili or something, and so there's a big leftover mess, and the wife takes care of the kids in terms of getting their lunches ready for the next day. So when I come home, I'll usually do a cleanup and take care of everything. It's my little contribution.
Yeah, it doesn't take an hour and a half to throw.
Well, the way I clean it does. There's a lot of dishes. I'd empty the dishwasher, put the new stuff in, wash the pots and pans. The dishwasher, wash the pots and pans. No, you wash the pots and pans manually.
No, you do not wash the pots and pans.
Pots and pans do not go in the dishwasher.
I even think on mine there's a button on the dishwasher. It says pots and pans.
It doesn't matter. Could possibly it's not meant. Happen? It still wrecks the
really
the stuff on the inside.
The stuff on the inside that's previously had boiling hot liquid in it.
That's different.
That's different.
That's just like boiling water.
Oh, is it the underside that is getting the flaming hot flames at 1,000,000 degrees you're worried about in the dishwasher? I don't know. Which end are you worried about?
The outside's accustomed to be all that. The outside's meant to handle that heat. It's the inside part that I'm worried about with the chemicals in the dishwasher. It's not meant. Chemicals. It's just you're better off hand washing pots and pans.
You know what? I'm gonna cure you of this little affliction you have. Put them in the dishwasher. Nothing will happen except they'll get clean. What?
Well, how about this?
Oh, wait. Are they made of gold? Are they your golden pots? Is that what's going on?
They're too big to go in with all the other dishes and the glasses, man.
This is known as saucepan. It takes the top of the entire stove. How am I going to put that in the dishwasher?
You don't get it, man.
No, I don't get it. Absolutely.
I got 4 other people to deal with in the house. That's all those plates and dishes and glasses.
First of all, the kids should be trained by now to do the dishwasher. So that's one.
They're trained to when they ask to leave the table when they're done eating. So we say, yes, you can leave the table. You're excused. And then they bring all their stuff to either the sink or they put the stuff in the dishwasher.
Oh, wow. I'm just imagining that. Excuse me, Papa. May I leave the table now?
No, they go, may I please be excused? I say, sure, you may leave the table.
And they put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. But they should be emptying it too when they get home from school.
They're too young to be washing dishes right now.
They're never too young. Come on.
Listen, I grew up without a dishwasher, so I know what it's like. Okay. We never had a dishwasher at my house.
Well, okay.
I was the dishwasher and the sandwich maker for my my parents and myself.
Find that very hard to believe. Hey, have you guys had your big annual sauce party where the family gets together and makes the sauce for the year?
I think that's around this time of the year right now, but my parents are off in Italy, so I don't think we're doing it this year.
What? What's everyone going to eat?
Oh, man, store-bought garbage, I guess.
Holy man! Well, I was going to say I want in on some.
I'd give it to you if we had it. I don't think we're doing it this year.
That is something. Wow.
Next year, I want to do a big sauce off, though.
A sauce off. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you're going to be expelled from the Italian community if you're not making it this year. So I don't really know what you're going to do.
I know. Spend the year in exile. Well, I see someone has joined us here. This is none other than, if you guys were watching from the start of this record, or you can go back and check it out after this. We have Duke, the leader of the Retro Nonsense crew, one of our favorite one-time guests, which I apologize because that's Bill's fault for not organizing you coming on sooner, Duke. But welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Of course.
Okay, good. I mean, I got these new fancy earbuds in, so I'm making sure that you guys can hear me okay.
Oh, here we go.
Are those the iPhone buds?
Yeah, the AirPods, whatever they're called.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Are they cool?
Yeah, they are. I really like them. They're great, especially for work. I can work without getting all tangled up in my wires. So
yeah, I can see that.
So thanks for having me. Congratulations, guys. This is great. 200. That's quite a milestone.
Thanks, Duke. Thanks to you. Thanks for making that stuck in the 80s episode for us. That was amazing.
Yeah, my pleasure. That was fun.
My question is, when are we finally going to get a song intro from Duke?
Well, I thought that the Stuck in the 80s episode was on par with a song. I've got no more songs than me.
Oh yeah, it kills a song for sure. Stuck in the 80s, that's a milestone right there.
Because every time I turn on that Fandango, I get upset.
I cringe every time.
I got to fast forward that the first minute or two. I don't want to hear that anymore.
I wouldn't get upset about that because really, when Duke wrote that, he was thinking of our show. If you listen to the lyrics, he's just saying stuff that happens on our show. So I always believe that he's really singing it to us as he's singing that one.
You guys are one of my favorite podcasts. J-Rock taught me that.
You're one of our favorite guests. Oh man, no, I got the extreme pleasure of meeting Duke in Chicago at C3 and his lovely family, and that was one of the pleasures of my lifetime. Just got to see him in person. I just stood there looking at him. Duke and family. It was
a great time. It was surreal for sure. I know we've been over all this before, but yeah, meeting all you guys was just fantastic. We had such a good time.
One day, Duke, I'll get to meet you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Next year, if I can make it happen.
We often talk about coming up to Canada. We've always wanted to come to go to Canada, so we are seriously considering it, maybe for one of the berries. So you might see me pop into Canada one day. Never know.
The next time a berry one's organized, I think with everybody, we'll have to do it upright.
Yeah.
And Bill, what was it? Did everybody stay together, Bill, at the last one, or were some people at your house and some people rented a hotel? What was it?
Yeah, people were staying all over, but there was meets at my house and of course your house. And but
I wonder if there's some way we can organize like a communal house for everybody, if that ever happens again.
Well, like your house is the only one that's big enough to house a community like that. So
see, when you say stuff like that, people believe you for some reason. So you got to stop.
That is a cool idea, though.
Like, what about up in, how far is Collingwood from your place?
It's still pretty far. It's like 40 minutes, 45.
I was trying to think of some place with cabins or something, but then I guess that'd be too far out of the way to check out other stuff, right?
What about the cottage? Is that free? Is that large enough to house us all?
Whose cottage?
We would never be part of the cottage crew, let me tell you.
But Joe, you're coming to C3 next year, right? I'm assuming.
I have started putting funds aside for it.
Okay.
I just
That's
have
good.
to butter the wife up. And if we can make it happen, or if I can make it happen, I'll definitely come.
Cool.
And
Does
I
she
guess
know you're part of a group called the Cartridge Club? Is that
not really.
Okay. I didn't
Not
think
yet.
she did.
I don't think she would care. She finds everything I do goofy anyway, so.
I'll just bring her along like I did.
Yeah, but your wife's into gaming and stuff, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's not really into it.
Gotcha.
Besides, this way I could do whatever I want when if I go. So, so what's new with you, man? What's been going on? How's the family, and what else have you been up to?
Oh, we're doing great. Gosh, the kids are getting. Bobby is like taking his driving course soon. He's studying the book from the DMV, so I can't believe that's happening because
Wow.
So he'll be getting his learner's permit here in a couple of weeks, so he will be driving. So that's crazy. He's got a girlfriend now. Yeah, the kids are growing up like so fast. So us rapping in the backyard is a thing of the past. So, which is why I kind of transitioned to my solo kind of stuff now. But yeah, we're still gonna do stuff with them as well. But yeah, they're doing great. School started, so they're in full swing with the school and the sports and the dancing and the Cub Scout or the Boy Scouts and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just crazy busy for sure.
Wow. He's okay. He brings the girlfriend around and like she sees the video games and stuff in the game room.
No, not yet. It's a slow burn right now. So no, she hasn't been exposed to the full retro nonsense experience.
And my daughter's
ease people into that.
My daughter's like, do you think you could maybe put some of your stuff somewhere so I can maybe have friends over? Like, what? This is the coolest thing ever, is it not?
Yeah, the worst is when they say, "Oh, my friends watched our videos." I was like, "Oh shoot!" I had a couple customers that somehow found me and watched my videos. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" It's so weird when when that stuff happens.
That's it, man. You're a superstar.
Yeah, yeah, not quite.
You are the big time now, especially with your new series Stuck in the 80s, which is a huge hit.
No,
it's so well put together.
Fun. I appreciate that. I'm having fun with it.
That's good. That's the important part. Yeah. How long do you want to? Is it indefinite that you want to just keep doing it until you run out of stuff, or?
That's what I'm into right now. I'm really kind of feeling it. It just kind of hit me one day. Let me just try this. This idea just came in my head, and I just all of a sudden slapped it together real quick, and I've been just having a blast with it. So, I'm really having a good time. I'm getting a good creative kind of outlet with it, whereas the other, our other stuff is fun with the kids and all, but it wasn't really that creative. Besides some of the, music videos and stuff that we did, but I'm really having a lot of fun doing these. So they're short, they're quick, they're not terribly difficult to edit up. So, and I always like science fiction and special effects and stuff. So I'm having a blast. I love it.
Yeah, they're fun to watch and nice and short. And it's just, are you researching the stuff or is it just what you remember? Or do you like to have hard facts in there?
No, I didn't want any of that specifically, actually. I really wanted to keep it just my memories and my experiences. So I didn't want to have a bunch of, names and dates and manufacturers and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to kind of keep it intimate and, my own personal experience. So that's kind of the gist of the whole video series.
And is it only stuff that you have in your possession, or if it's like, is it, say you remember something and then you have to go out and find it before you shoot the episode? Have you done that yet?
Yes, I have. And that's actually made it even more fun because like the Transformers episode, I had several of those already, but I also, it gave me a good opportunity to go hunt some down that I used to have. And I actually bought some off of somebody in the community. So that was really cool too. So yeah, that's actually been fun. If I get a series in my mind that I want to do, then I will go. If I don't have enough of the stuff that I want to show, then it gives me an opportunity to go out and hunt for it. So kind of, makes it even more, fun.
And have you run out of room at all for storing any of the stuff that you've bought?
I'm kind of getting there. I've got plenty of room left in this room. I think I can put some more shelves in here, and I don't have a huge amount of stuff, to be honest with you. I mean, I got a good amount of stuff, especially video games, but I got some room left, I think. I got my own special room, so that's really good. It's my own space.
Unless you're the Q dog, storage space is usually an issue for a lot of people.
Right.
So
exactly. I'll get there one day, but I've been doing this very kind of slowly. I don't get online and buy stuff all the time. I just wait till I go to conventions or buy things here and there when I stumble across them. So I've been, taking it kind of slow, which I like.
Duke, I was with Duke and his family. We went while we were in Chicago, went to Galloping Ghosts Arcade, which is insane. I can't get it out of my head. I just don't understand logistically how that place even works. So many arcade machines all under one roof. Actually, like the strip mall, the one store kind of exploded all into the other stores, and there's arcade games throughout it. Duke, as a master electrician, have you figured out how they got all those machines working?
The gears are turning in my head. I was looking around. I'm guilty of doing that often. I look around and say, how are they doing this? I don't know how they kept the place cool. Number one, how many circuits they had and how they had it all split up. I was certainly thinking about that while I was in there for sure. But it was very impressive how they had that set up like that. I mean, all those cabinets were smushed together. You had dozens and dozens of people in there. There was no cordage you were tripping over. It was, pretty well organized. And one of the rooms was kind of hot. I remember the shoot 'em up room was kind of warm in the back there. But I was really impressed at how that was all kind of, not burning down.
Yeah. Like how many machines could go on one transformer before it tripped out?
I can only guess because I don't know how much power a arcade cabinet draws, but I would imagine it's only probably a couple of amps. And you have 20 amp circuits, so you could probably put maybe 4 or 5 of them on one circuit.
4 or 5 on one, and there was
That's
600 machines in there.
Yeah.
And transformers aren't cheap.
No,
if that's what they're doing. Like I'm assuming that they're not doing that. They must have some other.
Well, typically you have a service come to the building that's a certain size, and I'm sure they've had it upgraded a couple of times to handle all the capacity that they have. So
you ever thought about
it was impressive.
You ever thought about building yourself a MAME cabinet there, Duke?
Yeah, in fact, a neighbor of mine is supposed to give me one. I did some work for him. He's supposed to be giving me one here soon. It's been a while, and I'm not trusting that it's actually going to happen, but that would be a really cool addition to my room. So I would be interested in that. I was not a huge arcade guy. I was way more into consoles as a kid. So it's not my main kind of thing, but it would really be cool to have one in this room. So I'd certainly be. Plus, it'd be neat. It would be fun to build it and research it and put it all together. I like building stuff too. So that'd be fun for sure.
Yeah, if you ever do decide to build one for yourself, definitely document it and put it on your channel. I was going to comment on that as well in terms of what you just said. I know you've posted sometimes how you do work for people, and then they'll give you like games and TVs or whatever as payment kind of thing. And I love it when I see that stuff from your posts. How does that come about? Like is that organized ahead of time, or you're there working and you go,
I usually it happens naturally. I don't go looking to do that. I'm not like trying to, wedge that into every conversation I have with my customers, obviously, because that would be awkward and unprofessional. But, like, for example, when I got this awesome TV in here, this Radio Shack TV that I have my Atari 2600 hooked up to, I was working in a guy's house and he was moving, and it was his parents' house. And I think they might have passed away, or maybe they're in a old folks home or something. And he had all this stuff, and he was just saying, yeah, if you need the table here, I'm trying to get rid of this. If you need this, I'm trying to get rid of this. And here's this TV sitting down there. I said, well, if you don't want that, I said, I'm interested in that. He said, oh yeah, just take it. So that kind of stuff, happens. I try to, keep it natural. And I'm also, I crawl around in a lot of people's attics. and basements and crawl spaces. And if I stumble across a box of toys or something, and I might just say, hey, you know, if you ever want to sell this stuff, I collect this stuff. And sometimes they say, oh no, we're keeping it, or sometimes they say, oh yeah, you know, take what you want. So it doesn't happen all that often, but it has happened quite often for me, and it's really cool when it does. So it is a perk of being in my trade.
Absolutely, for sure.
I got my Rob the Robot from a customer. He had some toys or some retro stuff in his basement, and we got to talking, and he's like, yeah, I got this old Nintendo stuff in mine. I have no interest in that. I said, well, I collect that stuff. He said, I think I got a Rob the Robot still in the box. And sure enough, he had the Rob the Robot in the original NES action. What is it? The entertainment system box, one of the older ones. Apparently, it's like a rare one. But he just gave it to me and knocked some money off the bill. So yeah, that's great when that happens. That's really cool.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, Duke, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. This was an honor to be here as part of this 200th podcast celebration. So thanks so much for having me.
Duke, would you be willing to come on again for a full episode sometime in the near future?
I would love that.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks again, Duke. Hope to see you soon.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right. See you, buddy. Love you.
See ya. Love you.
That was Duke from Retro Nonsense. Love that guy.
I love him more.
No, I love him more.
And I just ensured that he was going to come on again for another episode.
Well, he has stated he wants in the past to come on for like an Bill interview type episode. So people are intimidated by Joe. So
what do you mean a Bill interview? Where you just talk to him?
Sitting down and going hardcore interview.
Who would do the more hardcore interview, me or you?
Well, let me just...
I would go places where people would be afraid to go.
All right. How about we take a break? And, okay, are you good with that?
Yeah, man, I'm thirsty. I'm going to take some drinks here and lean back in my chair.
Lean back, and we'll be back right after these words.
Hey, did you hear the big news about STC?
There's big news about STC?
No, but apparently they're recording, get this, another episode of their podcast.
Don't they do that every week?
No, they sometimes bore their listeners with hacky clip shows.
So I should ignore this like every other upload?
Probably, but this episode is generating fake nerd hype because it has a couple of zeros at the end of it.
That sounds better than the couple of zeros that are always in it.
Congrats on 200. And it's enough already.
I mean, what else do you have to say after 200 episodes? What else can you say after 200 episodes?
The same stuff they've been saying for 178 episodes.
I mean, they're getting pretty close to arguing over which walker is the better walker or which scooter is the best to drive around in the mall. I mean, how old are those guys now? They're in their 80s now, right?
Sounds about right.
Bill will be nagging Joe to go and get his dentures. Tired of seeing him mushing up his food on the console at work.
Is all this supposed to be in there?
I don't know.
Retro Fandango. Wow.
Was that who that was? I didn't recognize the voices. I had no idea who those two voices were.
Oh, thank you so much, Kevin Barrett on Mars and Richard, the Ramvox, for putting that together for us. Obviously, it was in jest. They would not like us to stop because where else are they going to get their ideas for their own show?
Exactly.
What would they do?
The motivation for the new format, just their whole switching from a 3-hour to 1-hour format, all that. It's like listening to STCPOD twice in 1 week.
Well, you're number one and then you're number two. So, thanks again. Thanks again, Kevin. I think he is our most guested guest, right? He's guested the most.
I still remember when you first introduced me to him first through YouTube, and I didn't know who this. I think I was yelling at you. Who is this Buried on Mars, and why are you listening to him? You're like, no, he's a He's an old friend of mine, and apparently he's got like a YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was
you guys
shocking to me.
you guys used to be neighbors, and then he moved away. I guess you did something.
Yeah, I guess so. I still don't know what. And then somehow his videos showed up on my YouTube. And what? Kevin's doing YouTube videos? And yeah, then he started a podcast.
Where did I meet him in person? Was that the first time you, me, and him went video game hunting up in Newmarket?
I don't know if that was the first time, because we all met at your house at one time. That might have been later.
I think I picked him up and came to your place.
Yeah, that might have been first.
That was it. So we had a drive of what was it? Yeah, I picked him up, and then we had that drive up, and then we sort of got to know each other.
You were alone together in a car for an hour the very first time you met. Weird.
And then we've been mortal enemies ever since, but in a fun way. Just kidding. I love Kevin. I love Vox.
Did you start hugging him right away? Because he doesn't like that.
He doesn't like it, but I don't care. So, no, the first time I just shook his hand, and then I think the second time I gave him a big hug. It's been big hugs ever since.
Yeah, you got to get right in there. Grab a
Bill,
whole lunch.
Bill.
Yeah.
You ready for our next guest?
Already? You ready? You done talking to me already?
Yeah, I'm done for now. But one of my friends is ready to come on to the show.
Your friends?
My friend.
I don't know. Who is it?
My friend Lotus.
No, Lotus Stark is my friend who I chat with all the time. On the
I believe I introduced him to STC.
Well,
through what other podcast? Go ahead, say it.
I don't know.
Say it.
Trannies and beer. I haven't called it trannies in forever.
Yeah.
I used to call that all the time.
Lotus,
how are you?
What's up, guys?
Thanks for coming on,
there
man.
He is.
Yeah, this is cool. Congratulations on your 200th episode.
I don't know if it's cool, but thanks very much. And definitely appreciate all the support you have given first Transformers and Beer, and as well as STCPOD.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, you guys are awesome. You really you really make my day go. When I'm listening, it's really been fun. I mean, there's I kind of feel a little bit out of place because obviously, you guys are, heavy into gaming and stuff. And for me, I mean, I'm heavy into collecting, just not, actually playing the games. So I kind of feel out of place sometimes.
That's okay. Bill pretends to collect and play, so it sort of fits in the same thing. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. So how you guys been?
Good. Lotus, thank you so much for coming out. I've wanted my friend Lotus Stark on the show for a long time. For those people who don't know, Lotus, he's not on the socials very much, but he is a big YouTuber. He has an insane collection of the most fabulous, statues and toy memorabilia. Anything you would want, Lotus has the most deluxe, perfect version of it, and he often will give it a really fantastic tour of it on his YouTube channel. And I'm always blown away by the stuff you put out on there. Well, what's the latest video you have out, Lotus?
I finished a G.I. Joe 25th anniversary collection, all carded figures that are sealed. So that's I haven't really posted a video in a while. I do have a statue that I just actually got in that I'm going to be opening and doing a video. I usually save it. I open the boxes kind of for the first time just to kind of get my initial impression of everything, and then kind of do the assembly, or if it's a transformer, I like to actually do the transformation, so to kind of help other people that are possibly getting the figure. But yeah, I haven't really been doing a whole lot of videos lately. Just not doing a whole lot of purchasing. A lot of these statues cost a lot of money, so I just kind of save up, and a lot of them take over a year to produce. So you kind of put a deposit down, and then a year later, you have to pay for the shipping and the rest of the item. I
know Bill and I have looked at, well, any figures that we've seen you do, we've looked at afterwards at the cost on them, and I can't imagine trying to collect for that hobby. It's even more expensive than Transformers and super expensive video games. And like you said, that they take payment plans for some of these figures that you purchase, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us in collecting, we kind of get desensitized to the amount of money that we spend, and it's just a natural progression. I mean, I started out with just regular action figures, and then got into the hot toys, that are $200-300 action figures, and then went from hot toys to statues. And I think you lose the idea that these figures are expensive, so $300 is not a big deal. And the next level from there is a $600 figure. Yeah. And then you start to think, you're like, oh, well, if I can save for that, then I can save for the $1,000 figure,
Yeah. And all the stuff that you show on your channel, are these are all items that you still have in your possession, or do you go through like a rotation to maybe fund for new figures that you'd like to get?
Yeah, I mean, I have definitely sold a few statues, but the majority of statues I still have. And I haven't even done all of the videos of all the statues that I own. So yeah, I mean, and that's another thing, space, you want to make everything look nice. So you want to, I'm all about the display, and I've never actually done an actual collection video. One of these days I will do an actual collection video and kind of walk through, how I decide to display my collection. But I've just kept everything kind of private as far as, doing a full walkthrough,
Yeah, I get that.
What is so fantastic about your statue unboxings is the packaging that this stuff comes in. It blows my mind away. The extravagance on just the packaging alone. It's crazy. You must keep all the packaging, right? So you must have another warehouse just for packaging.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, you kind of have to keep the packaging, because there's really no way if you ever did have to move, or if you whatever the case would be, you have to have the special styrofoam packaging. And the company that I really like right now is XM Studios. They're doing a phenomenal job with their packaging and their statues, the quality, the quality control, because you're spending a lot of money. Those statues unfortunately are not able to be sold in North America. So you unfortunately have to pay for basically a plane ticket from Singapore to get it delivered to the USA. So
have you ever had a scenario where something you've bought or ordered has arrived and it's been damaged?
Not with XM Studios. These boxes are, just like Bill said, I mean, they're amazing. The way that they're injecting the styrofoam, it's a really dense styrofoam. They're compressing the styrofoam halves using Velcro straps. The outer boxes are made of such a strong material that, I mean, they even have like metal corner pieces on them. So, I mean, I don't know. I just haven't had any problems. But I've actually had more problems with just normal, deliveries from like Sideshow, Sideshow is in California. And yeah, I mean, I've actually had more problems with Sideshow just because their packaging is just so flimsy. So
yeah, anything I've ordered from Japan or whatever, I'll agree. It's, even if it's been like a KO figure, has somehow arrived meticulous, but I'll order from like, Walmart or Toys R Us or something in North America, and it'll arrive jacked up for some reason, like someone sat on the box.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Why the hell don't they have decent distribution of these massive statues back in North America? Like, surely the license originates here.
It's licensing. So you have, like, let's say you like a Marvel, a Marvel character. Let's say you want Thanos. So Sideshow, pretty much, since they've been doing it so long, they have the North American license to do a quarter scale Marvel statue. So the only way for Marvel to license that again is to say, well, we'll license it, but in a different region. So that's basically how it works. It's all about the licensing.
So you're not only just dealing with the guy selling it. Yeah, I assume there's all kinds of brokers and shipping agents and all these people, middlemen in between you and the deal. That's just inflating the price the whole way.
That is the problem. So what you're doing is you're basically trusting someone in Singapore who is a middleman to literally go to the XM Studios store, or as long as they're in Singapore, they can order directly from the website. When the pre-order is open, you basically pay them the deposit and put down, however much money you want, above the deposit. And then you kind of wait about a year, and then they hit you up and say, oh, it's ready to ship. And then you have to send them a lot of money to someone you really don't know. So yeah, that first transaction is kind of a little bit scary.
I'd love to see that in your next video, like right from the start, purchasing and all the hoops you have to jump through.
A lot of these people, they don't like to be known because, I don't know. I mean, they're collectors themselves, and technically it is a middleman process. So it's like an underground process almost, because technically XM, they're not allowed to ship anything. And so it's kind of weird, because if I were to ever have a problem, I'm kind of out of luck with going directly to the company. I have to go through the middleman again, and technically they shouldn't have sold to me in the first place. So luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had any issues, but that's always in the back of my mind as well, especially for the statue that I just received. It's sitting over in the corner, and it's a little bit scary, because if I open it and there is something wrong, then that could be a huge process to try to get that fixed, and it may not ever get fixed.
Yeah, really scary. What would you say, I guess before we let you go, what is your most favorite figure you have in your collection?
Let's see. I mean, as far as statues are concerned, I'm really impressed with the Venom, the Marvel Venom statue. I think that's a really awesome character and an awesome statue itself. These statues you really have to see in person. So if you guys ever are down my way, you're always welcome to swing by. And this stuff in person it's really hard to translate on video, but in person it is really amazing.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a different thing.
And how about you let everybody know, since we've been talking about these figures, if they're interested, where can they find you and where can they check all the stuff out at?
Yeah, I mean, I'm over on YouTube under Lotus Stark. You can just type Lotus Stark in the search field, and I should pop up. I don't think there's really any other Lotus Starks out there. So,
excellent. Well, thanks again. We really appreciate you coming on and sharing this special episode with us. And I personally would like to say thanks for all the support that you've given me and Em over at Transformers and Beer, and especially on our previous YouTube channel that got mysteriously destroyed, and with our new channels that we're doing now, and for all the love and support you've given STCPOD as well.
I just want to say a shout out to Joe's Siri, Joe's Siri conversations, and Bill's freaking Samsung phone that constantly gives interference. So shout out to those two items.
All right, we'll keep on doing that.
All right, thanks. Congratulations, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Lotus. Take care, buddy.
Bye now.
That was Lotus Stark. What a treat that was.
My friend Lotus. You wouldn't know who he was if it wasn't for me. That's right. Credit where credit is due. Respect.
Maybe maybe he heard me guesting on the TMB podcast.
Probably was not that episode.
That's what brought him over.
That would have not brought him over. Definitely.
All right.
Listen. Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to hear what you were going to make me listen to.
Well, I was going to say, let's go to another clip.
All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
Hello, Joe and Bill.
You mean hello, Bill and Joe?
Respect.
Q-Dog's here, and we just want to wish STCPOD congratulations on 200 episodes.
Who would have thought that with all of Joe's health problems, they would have made it this far? Thank goodness for Save Joe.
We really enjoy your podcast, and we look forward to it every week. And it is one of the ones that gets bumped to the top whenever it comes out. So here's to another 200 episodes.
Congratulations, guys.
That's right. Bump to the top. Right to the top. Thanks, Q-Dogs, for that clip.
I like getting bumped.
I am heartbroken that Mrs. Q-Dog is not here to enjoy this episode with us. I had lots of questions for her.
What would be more important to do?
That's what I would like to know. That is what I would like to know. As soon as we put this date out, she made sure to book something else, from what I understood. Is how it went down.
You know what? How about this? Bill, guess what?
What?
I've got a question for you. I've got an anniversary question for you.
What do you mean? What is this?
Well, I've made up some questions that I wanted to ask you in regards to previous episodes that have occurred on throughout the 200 records.
That's not how you launch this segment. You launch it with this.
No, that is.
That's right. It's another edition of STC Trivia. It sounds like Joe did it wrong because I left him alone with it.
That is BS. I hate that stupid thing.
That gives you nightmares, that sound.
Yeah, because all the questions are rigged.
Well, we were supposed to each write some questions for each other about personal items that we should know about each other. And the trivia question it up to see if it's true. And
let's face it, I probably won't know the answers because I don't pay attention to what you say.
And you couldn't even come up with questions about yourself.
I got 5 questions right here, man.
You said they're about the show. Okay.
They're supposed to be about something that we've talked about in the show.
All right.
Go ahead, throw it at me.
Start on you?
Yeah. Let's see.
I'll start all over you? I'll start with an easy one.
I'm going to smash this one out of the ballpark.
Now, these could be multiple choice, but they shouldn't be. So you shouldn't need the multiple choice. So let's see if you can get it right off the bat. You ready?
Yeah.
Often referred to as the farm, in which beach town did Bill grow up?
Well, you grew up in Picton, right?
Hey, see?
Easy. That was easy.
You got it.
That's easy because I made up the farm name. Here is a question that I talked about when you and I first appeared on Retro Fandango. What's my favorite NES game?
You revealed this when we were on Retro Fandango?
When we were on Retro Fandango. Together at the same time.
I'm trying to think because it's some kind of poser game.
No, it's not.
You read.
My favorite NES game. I even narrowed it down to one system. And I've got multiple copies of this game. All right, you're not going to get it.
Give me multiple choice.
Just throw a name out there.
I'm trying to think. Some poser game or something.
Some popular NES game. Come on, quick.
I'm trying to think what the boringest NES game is out there. Oh, I don't know. It's not that first Final Fantasy, is it?
No, Super Mario
Dragon
3, man. Super
no,
Mario
it wasn't.
3. Yes, it was.
You can't do those games.
All right, ask me one.
Okay. Another easy one for you. Bill has this many siblings.
We got your sister who's Butternut Squash on Twitter.
Yeah.
B Bomb Apple. What's this? I want to say 1, but I don't think that's right. I think there's that other one you never talk about.
No, I do talk. I do talk about.
I'm gonna say 2.
Well, I just gave away the answer, so it is 2.
Is
two
it 2?
sisters.
Okay.
2 sisters.
I only know about B Bomb Bottom one.
No, you should have known.
Here's a question: how many podcasts does Joe participate in?
Well, that's easy. You got your.
Is it easy? Think about it.
Is it? He's so clever. He's so proud of himself for this one. There's Trannies and Beer, which we know about. There's STCPOD. There's the Shelf Cast. I think that's it. 3.
That's it. You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the Shelf Cast officially is not disbanded or discontinued.
Right. It's got
and for the record, Shelfcast was my idea, and I was on the first episode with Cartridge Canuck.
Cartridge who?
Cartridge Canuck.
Okay. Yeah. Miss that guy.
All right.
Okay. Maybe it was his summer vacation days Bill spent running in the sandy dunes of Prince Edward County that influenced him into naming this as his favorite film. So easy. Laid it all out for you.
Well, you said dune. So it's sand. And you like the one, Lawrence of Arabia.
Hey, wow. Holy smokes. You're 3 for 3, dude. Amazing. I think it's because I give you the answer in a question.
There's only 2 more. There's only 2 more questions.
Okay.
What is the name of the gym that Joe goes to?
Oh, yeah. LA Fitness.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure it's not Hard Bodies Are Us or Grease 'em Up in the Change Room gym.
Well, what was the gym before that, though?
Platinum Fitness.
Platinum. See, you're like, what's better than Platinum? LA. Despite its full retail prices, Bill worked their system to buy his PS4 and his PSVR there. What store was it?
Despite their system?
Despite its full retail prices, Bill worked their system to buy his PS4 and his PSVR there.
Well, you would have used your trade-in game, so EB Games? Oh. Is it the one in your hometown there? Barrie? One Up Gaming?
Wow. No, really? How can you not know this?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
When I talk, your multiple choices are EB Games, Walmart, Shoppers Drug Mart.
Oh, shit. Shoppers Drug Mart with their 20,000 point bonus program they got.
There you go.
Forgot about that.
Go ahead.
What musical artist does Joe always listen to?
Oh, God. I am lucky enough to hear Bruce Springsteen every night, so that's not a tough question.
Goddamn right you are.
So I'm winning right now, by the way.
Not with this next one.
That's right. You have to get this right to tie.
This is the last one.
Spend enough time thrifting, and you'll soon discover who your thrift rivals are. Bill is often referred to as Value Village Nemesis and revealed his name as...
Oh, fuck. Oh, damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue, too. Is there a multiple choice with this one?
There can be, but I think that means you lose if we have to go to multiple choice.
Oh, shit. I lose.
The multiple choice. Is it Barry?
No.
Is it Clint?
No. Oh.
Is it Blake?
Blake.
Or Alec?
Blake.
Blake.
And the funny thing is, I pictured him as a ponytail guy like you, and this disheveled bum guy. And then you and I ran into him one time, and he looks like a normal person.
Imagine. He doesn't look disheveled like me or something.
No. All right, you won the contest.
All right, I win.
Damn.
Well, we knew that was going to happen, and I gave you basically the answer in every question.
I wasn't listening.
All right, do you want to move on to our next guest?
Moving on.
This is a highlight for us, a big star, one of our most popular guests we can have. He's he's a game rocker. He's a rock star. He's everything you need and love. He's J-Rock, the game rocker. He's
Hello,
back.
fellas. I'm back.
He's back.
Bill, Joe, I'm back from the future. The 400th episode. Something really bad happened. Yep, I came back.
What happened? Did I marry my mom?
I didn't know if you wanted to show your face around these parts, Mr. J-Rock, after laying down some fresh audio for Retro Fandango.
What do you mean, laying down some fresh audio? What?
Did he?
They played out a J-Rock promo for Retro Fandango on that show.
Did they?
Yeah.
Could have been in the can from whenever, man. I do so much. I don't even remember. So congratulations on 200 episodes, guys. That's awesome. Love the show. Obviously, everybody here does. Everybody watching. And,
J-Rock, this is twice that I get to see you within a couple of months span.
It's pretty sweet.
Rare.
And even
rare
in
opportunity.
even in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first off, it's always great seeing you. And hopefully we can start doing it. Like we said, we had the pleasure of having breakfast with you before the Barry Game Exchange.
Yeah. And didn't you say you were going to get me another breakfast for something? I think there's one.
Next time I see you, man, breakfast is on me.
Okay, cool. Everyone's a witness.
How do I get in on that? What the hell happened?
You make it off, man. You guys, you're loaded, dude. I see you all the time. I never see J-Rock.
Well, I'm glad we have J-Rock back on, because when we left off, he was about to confront his former employer, and he was moving on into a life of freestyle employment wherever he can find it at his own leisure.
Not wherever I can find it, wherever I want.
Wherever you want, yes. So
yeah,
give us some updates.
Yeah, well, first off, I had that meeting with the manager, and it went well. I didn't get a job offer like you thought I would. I didn't think I was going to. But anyways, it went well, and I came out with a glowing reference, despite not giving 2 weeks notice. So
pretty good.
And he was it was really man talk there, and really probing and asking me what I thought about certain people, like in management, and about their styles, like digging for some dirt.
Good.
Yeah. Good. So and I laid things out without being overly critical or brutal, you know what I mean? Just being matter of fact about it, instead of saying, oh, this person's an effing invalid or something.
But you got a letter of reference out of it.
Oh yeah, I got two from two managers there, and I've been getting messages from people. Oh, we miss you. Every few days, someone from work will message me, and I heard quite a number of people are leaving, taking my story of revolution and walking out to follow their own dreams.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Pied Piper.
Yeah. So, and since then, I've been sort of doing some freelance stuff. I moved some arcade cabinets one day for my buddies over at One Up Games, and boy, I could tell you, I went down 2 flights of stairs with 300-pound machines up to there was like a dual cabinet one, Outrunners, and that must have been at least 700 pounds. And here I am rigging up. I'm rigging up a system with a rope and pulleys, 2 guys at the top. We got like doors as teeter totters down the stairs to slide it. It was crazy, but made some money off that. It surely kept me going for a little bit, and also been working some shifts as a doorman at one of the pubs I go to. that I frequent. It's one of my Cheers type places where everybody knows my name, and happened right place, right time. They needed someone to watch the doors, and yeah, so I did that, just checking IDs, being a big shot, you know.
Oh yeah.
Wore my nice shirt, got a few compliments from the ladies on my nice shirt, you know.
Oh, I thought you were like doorman, where you stand at the door and you're hawking to get people to come in. All the hot ladies are in here. Come on over. Come on over, hot ladies.
Oh no, but I couldn't.
Donkey show at midnight.
I couldn't think of someone better to hire for that. A hype man to get people in somewhere. But yeah, doing freelance stuff like that, and then I just got a part-time job that I started today. That is somewhere that I wanted to work. I'm not going to divulge live here, but I'll tell you later. But it's somewhere that I've wanted to work for a while, and I've heard for many years that it is a good job. But it's just part-time right now, which is what I'm looking for, and it's like a foot in the door. So yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why I wanted you on, to hear what the new job was.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say it in front of people in the world. I don't want to say exactly. It's like, it's a very popular place. So if I divulged the information, people would be able to know my workplace, you know?
Oh yeah, then you're busy all day signing autographs.
And people are coming by. They come for their friends, for their parties. They want autographs. You know, I ain't got the time. You know, I'm not gonna do it.
Is it still like a service industry, or?
Yeah, it's service industry. Yeah, it's
you're working with people.
Yeah,
okay.
Good. Which is kind of what I like right now. Good variety, and the crew I was working with today and my trainer, everybody was really nice and upbeat and funny. Fun to be around, so I think it's going to be good.
I'm still trying to figure out what this is. It's driving me crazy.
And then I've also been selling some games on eBay and stuff. Sold a few. Sold about 5 so far.
Nothing.
Yeah, no problems.
Just a couple shipping issues. I was trying to ship some Super Nintendo games. Super Nintendo game in a bubble mailer apparently is too thick to go through the slot. The woman was like, "Oh, we can't force this," and it was the difference between $3 and $12.
Yeah.
So I've adjusted some of my prices. I like to put free shipping on the item, you know, sort of reflected on the price as well. And then also I just got my first month eBay invoice, so yeah, I figured they were already taking some, right? But that's PayPal taking their chunk.
Yeah.
So there's another thing that I have to consider in the future. So
nothing that's broken your heart though that you've sold, like.
Oh, what do you mean? Like a bad transaction that broke my heart?
No, just in terms of like, you know, I don't want to get rid of it, but
I did sell one of my prized possessions that I had, and it was Chrono Trigger for Super Nintendo with the manual that I had at Barrie Game Exchange. And you know what? When I play that game, I'd either play it on the PS1. There's a good version on that, or there's even a version on the DS now. So thinking about it, that's money that can, a couple $100 that can get me by for a while.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah.
So are you comfortable?
Let it go.
Are you comfortable shipping like some of these heavy hitters with free shipping where there's no tracking?
That one, it was thicker because it was a Super Nintendo game in a case with a manual. So there was tracking included.
But all these other free shipping ones you're doing.
If it's like a price, I think I shipped a $40 one the other day. Well, that was Super Nintendo that had to have tracking. But no, I I sent Eternal Darkness. I sold a copy of that. And I actually sent that off, and I bit the bullet and see how it would go. Just like the cheapest way, right? And it worked out. So
that's good.
So what happens if somebody doesn't get it? Or someone says they don't get it, you are screwed.
I think so. Without tracking, I think you're kind of up in the air.
So I'm kind of using my discretion, looking at people's ratings and everything. And so far, so good.
You know, a good place to listen for some research about good eBay tips is a little podcast called Dollar Dorks.
Oh yeah.
Also on the Cartridge Club Network.
That's with
lots of good tips.
My adoptive dad, my adoptive family, Derek. He's the host.
That's right. That's
I'm
right.
Uncle J Rock, but like I'm their kid though. But I'm Uncle J Rock to their kids. but I'm their kid. We shared a table at Uncle Bob's Country Bumpkin Buffet.
Did Cynthia cut your meat for you?
Oh no, they trust me with knives now. My sister used to cut my meat for me when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now she's upstairs probably getting plastered or something. Times have changed.
I went to Uncle Bob's last week for breakfast on the weekend.
With the children?
Yeah. I wasn't happy. Was not happy.
What kind of stuff do they do there? Is the taco buffet, is that a breakfast taco buffet? A breakfast burrito buffet?
No, they still leave all that stuff out. That's an option. But then they have like a omelet bar kind of business. Ooh. And sausage and bacon, but there's just so much grease. When we left, I just felt like dying. It was just a grease fest.
Is it greasy or is it super greasy?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. But I love breakfast food. So I'm on a big breakfast food kick lately. Since I've been, on my own time, not working full time, I like get up in the morning, make my eggs and McMuffins. Make egg McMuffins and just get a start to my day.
Beauty.
Step out the back here and take it all in.
All right, J-Rock. We've said it all. What more can be said? Thanks so much for stopping by again and letting us know about what's been going on in your life. I'm always interested to hear what's going on with J-Rock.
Yeah, and I'll send you where I work then.
Okay.
You really want to know.
Yeah.
You really want to know. I don't want to leave you hanging.
Good. Thank you, sir.
But thanks for having me on, and congratulations on 200, guys. But seriously, if you don't really work on your relationship, you're not going to make it to 400 episodes.
Thank you for the advice, sir. I hope to see you again soon.
Oh, you will. That's
J-Rock,
a promise and a threat.
We love you, man.
Oh, I love you too. I love you so much.
You can show me next time you see me.
That's how I prefer to express my love.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye, guys.
See you, buddy.
All right, Joe. With that, J-Rock. Love having that guy on. J-Rock, the Game Rocker. Everyone should check him out. And he's on Instagram, Twitter. Very entertaining accounts to follow.
You ready for another clip, Bill?
Yeah, let's take a break. Let's come back right after.
Right after these messages.
These words.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Joe. Lotus here. Just wanted to say thanks for all of the awesome content that you guys continue to provide on a weekly basis. I think the banter between you guys is hilarious. The Siri interactions are hilarious. The Bill's phone always interrupting the signal, causing interference. It's just great. The whole show is great. Just you guys talking about real life stuff and kind of what happens, on your weekly adventures. It's just all great. I think you guys did a great job and continue to do a great job. So congratulations on 200 episodes, and hopefully you guys will continue to do 200 more. Thanks, guys.
Start to Continue podcasts, the Cartridge Club 2017 Podcast of the Year. It's your old friend Rocket Sauce here, and I just want to say congratulations on your 200th episode. Most podcasts can't even make it past 10 episodes, let alone 200. Just look at the Shelfcast. Anyways, thank you, Bill and Joe, for making my Friday workdays something to look forward to, and here's to another 200 episodes. Cheers, guys. Post it and post it.
Well, all I heard was how much my buddy Lotus loved, once again, one of my ideas that I brought to the show that you hate, but everyone else loves, and that is the Siri show. There's no way your stupid Google phone could do anything as dumb as Siri and be as entertaining.
That is something I cultivated.
Siri is dumb as a box of rocks.
Thanks again, Lotus, and thanks to It's Rocket Sauce for that clip. Got saucy there.
Has Sauce ever been on the show? He has, right? Once, right? All these guests.
All these guests.
All these guests that you only allow to have on once. And I don't know what your issue is with these people.
We had Rocket Sauce on, and I had to battle you to get him on because you knew me and Rocket, me and Sauce would talk about Conan and comedy.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
And fun stuff. And so I had to sneak him on. Here's some trivia for you. That's probably the most work I put into a thumbnail was the Rocket Sauce thumbnail. That was something.
The trivia to that is you put a bit of work into it, which is more than you put into any of the other thumbnails that you do for the show. I think you should probably have a sit down with Vox and see how clips or thumbnails should be done.
Wow. Well,
all right.
I'm glad you're talking work because you have to cut this show together in 2 days and put all the proper audio in that is playing out live. You have the real sourced clips.
Good luck for that happening on time.
I'm glad you're talking about effort and what a hero you are.
What effort are you going to put into the thumbnail for this show? You have to put every single guest that's been on the thumbnail. Oh, that's right. Chew on that. Bill, can I introduce you to another friend of mine?
Please do.
This is a YouTube creator extraordinaire, a game collector extraordinaire,
fellow mansioneer,
Cartridge Club member extraordinaire. This is my friend Eric, aka Mighty Q Dog, on YouTube. Have you ever met him?
I have been lucky enough to spend quite a bit of time with Eric, Mighty Q Dog. One of the pleasures of my life, let me tell you.
Hello, gents. Thanks for the intro. That was much more than I truly am.
That is half of what you deserve. There's more, but we don't have time to keep going with that, Eric. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. First of all, congratulations, guys. This is quite a milestone. 200 episodes, and I'm thrilled that I get to be a part of it.
We're only here because of the support that you and your lovely wife Melissa have given us throughout these 200 episodes. I remember that one YouTube video you did where you guys imitated me and Bill, I believe.
Yeah. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, isn't it?
That's the only way we took it.
Yeah. Good times. Yeah, that was good times.
What's going on in the Q Dog house?
Well, I'm here. I do want to reassure you that Melissa is certainly missing this. She was a little bit disappointed to learn that her prior engagement was scheduled at the same time as this. I'm actually supposed to be watching the kids, but instead I threw them upstairs in front of the TV so that we would definitely have representation here to support you guys in the 200th episode.
Excellent. What room are we looking at now, Eric? Is this the video game room, or is this the room where you store your boxes, empty boxes and cases for your games?
Well, it's both. It's the den. It's the downstairs study where we keep our computers and everything like that. And behind me, you can see the backdrop I use for our Q Dog House videos. It's where I store some of my games. And the other half of the room, which you can't see, which is over there, is boxes and things that we still haven't quite found a place for. So in spite of previous claims that we live in some kind of mansion, turns out that's not the case. We have hardly any storage for stuff that we've had sitting here in boxes for many years. But
are you saying you have too much stuff?
We might have too much stuff.
Wait, when you say we, you mean you?
There is a chance that most of the stuff in this room is mine, but I do try to make sure that the important stuff is taken care of and displayed properly. So, yeah, there's a little work to do. We always try to work on it a little bit around this time of year before PRGE. We're making improvements. some of the cartridge clubbers who have come out, each PRGE should hopefully see small incremental improvements each year as we clean the room out.
Did you say you're at home babysitting right now?
Yeah, I don't know if I said babysitting. I'm supposed to be watching the kids. They're upstairs watching TV.
It is called babysitting, Bill.
Yeah. From what I can tell, there's no thumping or pounding. They're probably fine.
Now, we do know from the snippets we've seen of the Q-Dog house on your YouTube channel that you do indeed live in a mansion. I don't know why mansion people are so afraid to say that, but it is a glorious thing. I'm envious. I love seeing all the little behind the scenes snippets where I can gaze a little bit further into the Q-Dog house. This room you're in now, I can tell by the echo of your voice, your ceilings are no less than 25 feet tall.
Okay, well, yeah, sure, they're not 25 feet tall. They are less than 25 feet. But yeah, this is a nice room. This is a nice big room actually, which is why it's serving like 3 purposes right now: den, game room, and storage. So
where's Melissa's apple box she stands on? I don't see it there.
Oh, you really want to see it? It's a little white stool in the background there on the ground.
Nice.
I think you can see it back there.
Yeah.
She's got a pink purse on it. I don't know if you can see that far. Maybe the table's in the way.
Is that your work purse or?
No, that's one of her purses. Here's another one over here. I don't know what rules precipitate the changing of the purses, but she's got a few of them laying around.
Yeah. Eric, what can we expect to see from the Q-Dog channel in upcoming episodes and maybe possibly in the new year?
Well, I'll tell you, first rule here is we're not promising anything. We learned that from another podcast, let's say, but I will say this much. We are, I'm 2018 is the 30th anniversary of my getting a Sega Master System as a gift. And so I've got some things planned for the 30th anniversary of the Master System. So I've got some things planned for that. And of course, PRGE's coming up. We usually do some kind of video for that. So outside of those, we'll keep doing our monthly pickup videos and our weekly Q-Dog in the Q-Dog house vlog.
Can we see a possible ongoing YouTube video series to rival Stuck in the 80s?
I don't think that's even technically possible. There's nothing that we could do that would even approach the level of quality that Duke is putting down with the Stuck in the 80s. But
you are a master computer programmer. I'm sure you could do some special CG effects that he.
Well, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. It's actually something I'd love to learn, but we're keeping our production. Like I said, I'd like to do some more fancier production, but we were keeping it pretty simple right now. So we'll see.
You're busy, man. You got 4 other women in the house. You have to entertain. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, I got enough women in my life. That is definitely true.
Yeah, you can't change what you got. That Q-Dog charm going in your videos, so don't add too much production value to it that might take away from that.
Yeah, just take it from STCPOD. Don't put too much production into it.
That's right.
Will do, guys. I mean, after all, you are the podcast of the year winners, are you not?
I could see a podcast coming from you that would be really entertaining.
Well,
I sincerely mean that. Like, you could get into areas that I myself, it would take me twice as long to do what you could do in terms of, detailed podcasts regarding, certain electronics or in-depth aspects of gaming systems.
Well, thanks.
I think you should give it a try.
That's nice. Yeah, I look, what you guys doing a podcast every week, that is a huge commitment. And so far I've been pretty happy just being a guest when asked. And I do the one thing once a year with my brother, just the Rick V Day podcast. We've done that twice. But yeah, I mean, look, I won't lie. I've had thoughts about what kind of things I could do. My background is in a technical background, so I always thought maybe something along those lines. But I don't know if there's general interest in the technology of video games. So we'll see.
Well, you got one listener right here for sure.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Look. I've been begging forever for a regular Q-Dog Twitch stream.
Yeah.
And that's got to happen because we can watch Q-Dogs do anything. I swear to God, I want to see multiple cameras, anchor them securely all throughout the house.
More alcohol.
I don't do the dishes. It doesn't matter. Vacuum it. I want to
wire the whole house up.
Just like a Big Brother kind of thing. Just
Absolutely.
watch us go about our daily business. I don't know. I don't know if that sounds like such a good idea, but we've dabbled with Twitch once or twice, playing some games and stuff like that. And my daughter, who's getting older now, she wants to start doing some streaming. So I told her, you want to do some streaming? Look into it, research it, Google it. What do you need? And I told her I'd help her, and we'd walk through the process. So I want her to kind of go through it as a learning process. What does it take to do a stream?
Oh man, your daughter is a character.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, she's something. Yeah. You met her at C3, right?
Absolutely. We got to have some. She came into the room when Eric wasn't there, so she got to tell some stories about Dad.
I forgot about that. That's right.
That was amazing.
I may have to ground her again for that little episode.
If only we were had cameras out, because it was good. She did full body impressions.
Oh, geez, yeah, she's something. Yeah. It's fun. I mean, Bill, right? I mean, she's becoming a teenager. She's only 11, but she's getting into this age where she's becoming a tween, soon to be a teen, and it's going to be a trip.
Oh, these kids, let me tell you. These kids.
Mine's only 4 years old, so I got a ways to go.
Yeah, well, enjoy it because it comes on fast. We were hoping we had a couple more years, but she's already going into it.
I told my daughter that you can't be on the internet tonight. I'm doing this show. I need all the bandwidth. I said, in fact, I'm streaming live our 200th podcast downstairs. So I thought I'd get a congratulations or a wow or something like that. And she goes, can I go to my friend's house then? Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
She didn't want to call in Bill so I could grill her about her dad.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's turn the tables on that one and have Bill's daughter come on and tell us about Dad.
No one needs that.
I would enjoy that.
Eric, before we let you go, we definitely have to delve into people have been doing this 4 facts about me thing on Twitter, where people are saying 4 facts about themselves. Eric, yeah, of course you did one. It was Eric stuff, but Melissa, what? We got to find out what was about Melissa's stuff.
Okay.
What's going on?
Well, refresh my memory. What did she say?
One that definitely sticks in my memory. She said she was spent the night naked in a hotel room with a Hollywood celebrity.
Well, you might have added a couple words there. But yeah, that's technically true. Not the naked part. She did spend the night in a hotel room with a Hollywood celebrity. I don't know how to play this one. It happened recently.
Okay.
And I think maybe you can guess by now that the famous Hollywood celebrity we were talking about, of course, is my friend, the incomparable Curtis Friesel, who was a member of the Cartridge Club and does the CC Portable. So he is the Hollywood star that we both actually spent the night in a hotel room with.
Oh, wow. A 3-way action.
It was a 4-way.
A bunch of Sega Master System cartridges and a 4-way.
Man.
Yeah, it's getting embellished a little bit, but yeah, we split a room with him at Game On Expo with Curtis and Chris Roberts and the two, Melissa and I.
Oh, my buddy Chris. Yeah. Good guy.
Yep.
These are all my friends you're talking about. I would love to get into a hotel room with my friend Curtis.
It was a blast. We were a little, we were originally planning on having the room, just the two of us. But they were asking us about us. We did get it with an extra I think it was a queen size bed. And so we said, well, there's space, and we can lower the hotel costs with splitting it 4 ways. And it was a blast having those guys sharing the room with those guys. It really made the whole experience just that much better.
Speaking of sharing the room, Eric, can you believe that if I had gone, Bill would not have shared the same bed with me just to save money? Does that make sense to you at all?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. Let me put it. I'll say it this way. I'll try to answer it this way. I would be a little bit uncomfortable sharing a bed with another man, but you, Joe, no, I can't understand what objection he would possibly have.
And on that note, I think we'll leave it at that.
Oh, not fair.
Eric, just once again, thank you for coming on, but let everyone know where they can find you. You've always been a great supporter of STC Pod, so.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you guys. You can find Melissa and I both on the Mighty Q Dog channel. That's DAWG. And we are both also on Twitter at Mighty Q Dog and Mrs. Q Dog, also DAWG. And we're on the Cartridge Club forums.
The forums?
Yep.
That happens
occasionally. Yeah.
There's no Q Dog on the STC forums.
All right. Well, I thought we post every now and then, but I don't know.
Thanks, Eric, so much for stopping by, and give my love as deeply as you can to Melissa for me.
I sure will. Thanks, guys, and congratulations.
Thanks, Eric. Love you, man.
Love you guys too. Good night.
That was Eric Mighty Q Dog. You definitely, I'm sure everyone is already subscribed to that YouTube channel.
He's my brother from another mother.
We didn't threaten him though. What would happen if he reduced In the Q Dog House to a bi-weekly show, which I meant to do that because
we'd actually have to go down to Chicago, where Eric is from, and break some kneecaps.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
Would we find the Q Dog House in Chicago? I don't know. I know it's south of us in Toronto. That's all I know.
It's coastal town, right on the Atlantic there.
Yeah. Dead south. Texas.
Q Dog House must be weekly, so let's just keep that going.
It's not even the house. We're changing it to the Q Dog Mansion.
Oh, you just love how someone else is getting mansion attention.
That's right. You. Damn right. Because I don't live in a mansion.
You're both mansioning it.
But
you're the mansion club.
I couldn't even see a ceiling in this house.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. It's
ridiculous. Was there an echo, or was that just me?
It was a cathedral. That's why they call it that.
Q Dog Mansion.
It's much what I hear from your mic. Anyways, let's take a quick break. This show's running long like the Oscars here. And we'll be back right after these words.
Hello, this is Trav, one half of the Polykill podcast, here to wish you guys there at STC Pod a happy 200th episode. My God, 200 of anything, usually too much, right? Usually too many of something, but in this case, it is just the right amount. And we're so happy when we heard that you guys are going to call it quits after 200 episodes. We think that's really smart. What it's going to do, it's going to even the playing field for the rest of us in the Cartridge Club. They're looking for that ever-elusive Cartridge Club Podcast of the Year award. So, guys, I want to thank you again for being a podcast for so long. And we also want to thank you for not being a podcast anymore. What was that? I didn't make that up. You made that up. I didn't make nothing up. They're not going to quit? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding.
That was Travis from the Polykill podcast. Thanks, Trav, for that message.
You mean one half of the Polykill podcast?
One half of the Polykill podcast. Those guys just celebrated their 3-year anniversary. As a podcast
together.
Yeah. Oh, we should say too, Retro Fandango just celebrated their 4th year as a podcast.
Who?
Retro Fandango, fellow podcast milestones happening out there.
So, 4 years, but they're nowhere near 200 episodes, are they?
No. Of course
not as hardcore as a certain other podcast who's been grinding week in and week out, despite the complaints of one half of the recording duo.
So,
threatening to quit week in and week out.
That must mean we're close to our 4th year.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine 4 years of this business?
Bill, would you like to bring in the man who's made this show possible, the one behind the scenes, the one I paid with half of my Xbox collection to do this for us?
The wizard that's making this happen.
The man behind the green curtain.
He is now like one of these titans of the Cartridge Club, and he is the director of this show with a capital D.
The godfather almost of the Cartridge Club.
Yeah, absolutely. He
I have kissed his ring.
Oh my.
I've
Which
reached
one?
up. Yeah, I've reached up and kissed it.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys, and thanks for reaching out to me to do this. We kind of
Musty, thanks for wasting an hour and a half of your life doing this.
Oh, this was a blast. Don't do that.
It's actually turned out really good. I had a lot of runs to the bathroom prior to the show because I was worried about how it was going to turn out. I don't like people looking at me on camera. I didn't think it'd be entertaining, and thanks to you, it has certainly been more than entertaining. It's run smoother than any way I could have dreamed it would have. So thank you for helping us out.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Thank you for doing everything you do for the Cartridge Club as well.
Yeah, it's exciting times. You know, we're a week out from kicking off season 6. Well, filming season 6's podcast. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, some big shoes to fill. Really big shoes to fill.
Yeah, this is none other than Musty Hobbit from the Second Breakfast YouTube channel. He's directed this show, made all of the audio and the switching possible. Musty, you should be working in television because that was clean shit, man. You were switching like a pro.
Well, that's I had thought about that in high school, and I never really ran with it. And now I think I don't know. It's a little late at this point. Maybe. I mean, Harrison Ford didn't get into film until he was in his late 30s, right?
You're making magic with this crap Google software.
Hey, I mean, you do what you can. I guess I'm one of the few people who's actually qualified enough to, or has enough experience with it to be able to kind of finagle my way through this. Yeah, there's some. They keep stripping stuff away, and it's not short of going through some other third-party software stuff, which I just don't. This worked enough, and that's that I'm happy with. But I'm glad it worked for you guys. I mean, you guys, I owe a huge debt of gratitude to you guys, because I wouldn't be in this spot. I wouldn't be where I'm at with the club if you guys hadn't have found my videos so early. I think it was my 4th video ever.
Musty, I knew when I saw your video right away, I had to get in touch with you.
Oh my God.
And tell you, go, Musty, if you haven't heard of this Cartridge Club community yet, you have to check it out. You'd be the perfect fit. And as they say in movie lore, the rest is history.
There you go. The rest is history. That comment was almost 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I wonder if Joe remembers his comment that he's.
Well, it was so long ago, Bill. I don't remember last week sometimes. So
yeah,
you can't possibly ask me to remember that.
I was doing lots of missionary work back
I just remember what I did for Musty.
I would love to know how Musty's video popped into my radar, because that's interesting. You say it was just your 4th video. So
it was my 4th video. I maybe had 20 subscribers at that point. I don't know. Yeah, it was super early, and I had barely any lighting. Yeah, it was a dark time. Those videos, but it just happened to be one where I was talking. I don't know. I had Facebook in the Facebook logo in the thumbnail. I don't know if it grabbed off of that or something.
I think Bill, didn't you type I think it was beside you. What was it? Best hair on YouTube. I think that's when it came up.
I knew that tag would pay off. Knew it.
Yeah, that must have been it. I bet you YouTube nowadays does not support like new channels like that,
No.
putting them in the faces of other people.
No way. No, they don't. And the thing is that everyone who's in that range will let you know about it at the same time, which is, but yeah, it's just, it's difficult to get yourself noticed now. And it takes finding a group like this of people. Like when I came into the club, like suddenly like numbers just vaulted, very, very quickly. And that was really cool. And I mean, there's a lot now, even just in the last couple months, that we've been trying different and new with the club that's getting us in front of new faces. And, we're seeing, especially on like social media, we're seeing a lot of interest. I know that the club account, the club Twitter account alone is like doubled in follows in the last 28 days or so. There's a lot of work going on, and there's people who I saw pop into the chat at one point, but who aren't here. But Dean is doing God's work on that to really kind of push that and have us. He's doing this thing right now like called search engine optimization, and he's moving our stuff. Like he said that he took one of the old podcasts, moved it from like page 10 of the Google search results, and tinkered with some stuff on like how it's written up on the site, and it like jumped 5 pages in search results. Like the guy's a wizard, and it's amazing. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Dean, because that's cool stuff. And I mean that only helps all of us, as a group, to get us noticed. And that's a lot of the reason why we wanted to have you guys do this show live here. Because you guys are so ingrained in the club, and you guys are, you mentioned your old missionary time of, spreading the outreach of the club. And, clearly you find people, and, you guys found me, so that, it works. It works.
Yep. Now you have ascended. You've taken the reins from the original bros that started the club. You and a select group of stone cutters.
Wow.
Show us the ring.
I used to be a stone cutter, Musty.
Which one? I got that one. Focus. And then I got that one right there. My Rebel Alliance ring. And then
Yeah, I used to be part of the executive, and then Musty and his
you still
cronies,
can't be.
Musty and his cronies moved in,
and
squeezed me out.
Nobody got squeezed out. In fact, we're always looking for help on stuff. I mean, there's things that we want to do that just a small group of people can't manage. And so I mentioned it in the Now episode this week. Like if there's people who want to help out and have time and want to help the club, we're not going to turn away a helpful hand. But yeah, if
you guys been doing it, it's been fantastic, Musty. Like you said, the club's only been exploding. You've been doing a great job. And Dean, of course, man.
Yeah,
Dean
Sauce, Musty.
You can't name who they don't like that. It's a secret organization.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I don't want to give this vibe that there's some kind of secret society built into this thing, and that people are. I don't want misconceptions that people are being pushed out, because that's certainly not the case.
Oh. We're joking. We only joke on this show. It's all jokes, people.
Yeah.
That's another thing I brought up, Bill. That stonecutters thing was my idea as well.
Okay, explain this. What are you saying?
I made up that joke from the start, remember?
That was all you.
That was all me, baby.
Okay. Well, I know you were jealous when people were talking in the executive boardroom.
I was witness to some secret meetings on the side, and that was okay. I get it.
Well, we know how, You
Go
get
ahead and
very
say it.
upset. You get very upset about if any extra work or anything is put on your plate. You want to be asked, but you don't want to. You want to be asked to the party, but you don't want to go to the party, right?
It's just that invitation I want.
Yeah, exactly. I want an invitation too to the pool.
But if you guys did need help, Musty, I think we'd be willing to help out without hesitation. Like, I don't know what more we could contribute that you guys aren't already doing.
But yeah, I mean, you guys keep putting out your show every week, and that helps the content and the in addition to we have this stable of featured contributors, and then we get the people who then post periodically, and it's great because there's these people who just in the community are deciding to share their stuff, and even just the last week, like half of the stuff that I talked about in now was somebody who isn't a regular, and that I think that's really cool, and it's because we're finding people and all of that. But yeah, to shift back to Prime though, I really am looking forward to some of the games this year. I'm looking forward to having you guys on when we can, and just the next couple of months are big. Doom alone, yeah, I just went through that again. And I'm going to save a lot of my thoughts for the show, but I had a really, really good time playing through that again. So
you streamed that a bunch of times too, right?
Yeah, I did. I decided to just turn it on. I know some people like streams with the cam and all that, and I just did it. And I had a mic, so I could say stuff. I could say things, but no one was really chatting back, and so I didn't really feel the need to. So and it was great because I needed to focus during that game, anyways. Mm-hmm. That game's crazy.
Yeah, people definitely got to get themselves signed up to the Cartridge Club. I know you have some big shows coming up, like you said, for Game of the Month and Cartridge Club Prime. Plus, there's the Portable podcast happens every month where you guys are playing a portable game. And you also have some big specials coming up at the end of the year, I assume?
Yes. And I'll make this the official mention that yes, we are going to do the CC Awards again for 2018, which is where the Podcast of the Year award for last year occurred, and we're going to do that. We're looking at the survey software right now because the stuff we had last year left a little to be desired, but we want to try and do the same thing, and we want to try and make sure that we actually get all the games this time. I know that seemed to be the one thing that came out of all of that, is that there were a lot of people who were like, well, there was this one game I played that I would vote as my best game of the year. And it's like, oh, well, it's like, sorry. It's funny because one of them was Hollow Knight, which came out last year, but now is getting in front of everybody's faces now. And yeah, I feel bad in those situations because it's like, well, sorry, like in a year when you have, Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn, it's tough for that indie game to show up. Although Cuphead last year did really well. But yeah, it's fun. That show last night, or that show last year, sparked a really intense rivalry.
Really?
What are you referring to?
Between...
Let me... I see someone has joined us now, and he's wearing his runner-up sash for a Podcast of the Year. I am pleased beyond belief I'm so happy he came on. Kevin, Buried on Mars, has appeared on this show. Kevin, are you at home? Did you race home from work to appear on here?
You're muted, Kevin.
Here we go. Okay. Well, you guys muted me, right? Is that how it works? You sit in the green room here.
Yeah.
And you just wait until you guys unmute me, right? So, do I do the unmuting or do you do the unmuting? Who does the unmuting?
You're unmuted now, so I think I think you're good.
It's a two-step process. Well, I wanted to fit in, so I threw on a black T-shirt because that obviously is the uniform, the required uniform, and I got myself something nice and noisy to eat. I just wanted to fit in.
You can't eat those.
These are some low sodium Tostitos. So I can eat these. Oh, very good. So yeah, no, I heard podcast of the year. So of course my ears perked up, and naturally, you have me here, right? Podcast of the year.
Yeah,
That how it works. All right.
Runner up. Well, you have the winner and the runner up.
Okay, that's all the material I had. So now it's up to you guys to
no, it's gonna
entertain me.
It's gonna be a really intense race this year. I know that. I think the difference between last year and this year is that the concept got hatched really late. I think it was like early November or mid-November that when we thought of doing the whole thing. Now you guys can start talking about the fact that there's going to be a vote as soon as you want.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, but the vote itself, we will likely open the vote. I'm just going to throw December 1st out there, and just so that the entire month is there. But yeah, so if there's people who really want to vote toward Game of the Year, there's a ton of stuff coming out, as you know, on top of the club games.
Yeah,
we
everyone's
decided to crisscross that with Red Dead Redemption 2 and just kind of, we assume some people are going to be playing.
Everyone's going on about Spider-Man and Red Dead 2 isn't even out yet.
Yeah. And surprisingly, the beta. And then they just announced today that the beta is going to happen in November, so we could try the multiplayer as a club in the beta.
If you're subscribed to these online services.
Yes, true.
Which I am not. So
surprisingly enough, I am not either right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have the Xbox guy does not have Xbox Live.
I let it lapse because I really wasn't playing anything multiplayer, so I figured I'd save myself a few bucks a month between now and the time when that's needed.
So you were paying monthly then?
I was paying quarterly. Like I used to do it annually, and then coming off of that last card, I just I didn't want to commit the entire year, and so then I was doing it quarterly, and so I was paying a little bit more for it, but it then gave me an out earlier, right? If I committed to a year at that point, then I would have, I'd be in it still right now. But
I think I'm going to go underground that month and bring back Revolver. Give me an excuse to play that again.
Go for it. I'm not sure what Curtis is. Oh wait, no, Curtis is playing Ghost of Sparta on the PSP in November for portable.
Oh right, I wonder if I have that.
You couldn't
I have it on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, it is available on that too. With the Origins collection has both of the PSP games.
Right, I would have that, Joe.
Joe, I've seen your 10 thumbs. How are you going to play that game?
Well, I play it.
Mash the buttons with the palm of your hand. Just mash the buttons. I've seen you play on your Switch at work. It is ridiculous.
Okay, at least I'm not sitting there sleeping to a novel being
your legs
to me.
Jeez. Joe, do you have a PSP yet?
I got a PS Vita, man. Why do I want a PSP?
Because you're collecting all the games. You have a ton of games for the PSP, but you don't have the system.
Yeah, but I've got the only games I have for the PSP are good, for the most part, RPG games.
But you can't play them because you don't have the PSP.
No, but they fit into my collection of
not a poser.
RPG.
Not a poser at all.
But I love my Vita, so for me, that's the system to have over the PSP.
You've only played 2 games on the Vita.
And 3. But these 2 reading novels are the best games I've ever played.
That's why he's got the glasses now, so he can read his games.
Yeah. My God, you should see these games he's playing. I can't believe people buy them. It's not a game.
I've seen people take them out at the library. Boom.
Why'd you come on again? What?
I don't know. The best jobs. To say congratulations on episode
thanks, buddy.
200.
And thanks for doing that promo with Vox as well.
Oh, you're welcome. It wasn't last minute at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, you guys are the best actors too. You really
pretty good. We can read a script.
So good.
So what's been going on with you, Kev? Anything new?
Not much. I went to give blood again today.
Yeah.
to get my cholesterol checked soon. So I
wait. So give blood or to get blood tested?
Get blood tested. I always say the wrong thing. Right. I went to get a blood test. So last time I wasn't prepared to give a urine sample, and that was a whole fiasco.
I remember that story.
So this time I prepared myself. I got up and I still had a pee. I had a pee, but I chugged down some water on my way to this lab. And as I got there, the urge started to hit me. And of course, there's a little bit of a lineup, so it took about 10 minutes for me to get in there. And I wanted to go to the bathroom first, before they started doing the blood thing, and they wouldn't let me do that. They're like, no, you have to do the blood. And I'm like, okay, but I really got to pee. No, you got to sit here and do the blood thing. I'm like, all right, fine. So they sit down, they do the whole thing, and it didn't take long. It only took a few minutes. But the whole time, I really got I'm trying not to sweat. Like my hand is squeezing my. A good thing they didn't take my blood pressure right then, because it would have been off the charts. So finally, they stopped, and she takes all the things the thing off, and she puts the Band-Aid on there, and I'm like, okay, where's the cup? She's like, oh no urine test. I'm like, what? No urine test. Well, why couldn't I go to the bathroom before? So that was my adventure today.
Nice. Well, you should have just given her a cup anyways. Here,
yeah. Here's some apple juice.
Well, I bet those numbers are going to be better.
I hope so, yeah. I've been taking the medication and been eating really well. So we shall see.
Are you at the desired weight that you want to be at?
No, I still have, I feel I could lose another 20. But I've lost almost 30 pounds.
Oh, so. Congrats, man.
Oof, yeah. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, I still got a bit of a gut, man.
Don't waste away on us, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I won't.
Come on.
I got too much of a punch there. I want to look like Joe in the pool next year. But without working out, just not eating. I'm going to be rock star thin.
You go to LA Fitness with me. We'll do some latissimus repetition. What do you do? What are you there? What should he be doing?
Stuff.
Squats. I actually am thinking about joining a gym because I do a lot of walking on my break, and very soon, within the next couple of months, the time is going to change, and it's going to be too dark to walk. So I'm thinking about just joining a gym just so I can go on the treadmill. There's one right around the corner from work. So
yeah,
maybe I'll be a gym rat. Like Joe.
Yeah, I'd like to do something too. I'd like to alternative exercise though, because I hate repetitive lifting weight. That's not fun.
Yeah.
So I'm really thinking this indoor rock climbing business. You can get monthly memberships there. I don't know if you get bored after a while though.
You've always been big on that. You've always been a sports guy.
Yeah, I gotta have
sports.
Yeah, I gotta have some kind of something to keep me going, not just counting.
What about squash?
Anything like that. You need someone to do it with though. So
you have to get that PSVR game that's coming out, Beat Saber. Apparently, there's people who are losing a lot of weight playing Beat Saber.
Yeah, I play Beat Saber almost every other night. So.
Yeah,
but have you tried it in VR? That's the question.
It's always the biggest fatzos that lose a ton of weight playing those games because they don't do anything else. I don't think those are
moving of arms. I don't know. There were some pictures of people just showing their pre-game arm and then their 2 months in arm, and it's like Lara Croft type improvements.
Those. What they grew breasts?
No. What? Her muscles. Have you seen the upgrade in the arms for Shadow the Tomb Raider?
No.
Yeah.
She's muscular.
Yeah.
A lot of musculature.
That's happening apparently.
You know what they do with those ads too? The scam is that they get like an injured athlete, they break their leg or something like that. So they just sit around and do nothing for 6 weeks or whatever it is, and they gain a ton of weight. And then that, as soon as their leg heals, that's when they take the before picture. So they look like fat slobs. And then they start doing their normal workout. Their body just goes back to the natural position that it was in before. And they credit whatever diet thing it is that gave them this look, when really it's just that's how they naturally look.
Results not typical.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, anything works, and just doing something, right? I need to do that too. I'm not happy right now.
I mean, I think personally, for me, I think that diet is way more important. Exercise is a little overrated. You need to exercise. You need to, but the intense workout that everyone does, and then they gorge out on food. Like I think that's the mistake that a lot of people make, because working out makes you hungry, right?
You gotta fuel yourself, right?
Yeah, and you can't work yourself out of a bad diet. It just doesn't work.
Explain Joe.
Explain Joe?
He does not stop eating ever.
Oh, well, he's got a
look at he's eating right now.
Right now, he's got a fast metabolism, so that might catch up with him in the next 10 years.
Oh, I can't wait! Oh my god!
You should hear the stuff Bill says to me at work.
I can't wait till his daughter becomes a teenager. I can't wait till
you wish all these bad things on me. I love it.
See, that's why the show needs to continue, because we need to be a part of this. We need to hear what's happening in the next 10 years. We need to see Joe get fat. We need to see his daughter grow up.
I think the show needs to evolve into more of a
here we go
a real life cam show kind of thing.
Yeah. Please do tell.
No, just like, following around daily exploits kind of thing that, Bill seems to find them so fascinating, what I do or whatever. So stuff like that.
I'm allowed to just shoot you at work while I'm staring at you?
No, not at work. I mean, that's boring.
not the things I see.
There you go. Because you're crazy.
So what observations are Bill making of you if you're not at work?
We got to wrap this show up.
Kevin, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And again, congratulations on 200 episodes. Is a big accomplishment. You guys should be proud of that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I enjoy listening to the show every week. And like everyone else, I bump whatever I'm listening to, unless it's Retro Fandango, of course, because, I got to listen to myself after I edit the show. After I do the show, edit the show, then I got to listen to myself. But once that's all done, then you guys are next on the list. And I'm only about 5 or 6 episodes behind, so I'll catch up eventually. If you keep doing these clip shows.
Or you can pass on the clip shows.
They were great.
I do. I mean, yes. I suppose I could, Joe. That's a good idea.
Respect.
And big congratulations to your 4 years. That's a big milestone.
Oh, thanks.
And yeah.
It's been 4 years for you guys as well, right? You started about a month after us? Or 2 months?
Up.
Yeah. I feel privileged because I was like one of the early listeners. I think you guys only had about 10 episodes. And I would have listened earlier. Bill actually told me he had a podcast instead of just harassing me on Twitter for 2 months before I got to listen. But yeah. So it's been like, been listening to you guys for like 4 years. It's crazy.
Well, you banished me from your life. And
yeah.
So
that was, that had to happen. You know why.
You were on episode 25, if you can believe it.
Really?
Yep. I listened to a bit of it today.
First guest.
Hey,
and
Kev,
if I keep going, I'll be the last guest.
Kev, clear up one thing. I don't know if you listened to or you're able to listen to the starter earlier on, but I was trying to figure out with Bill, when was the first time that you and I met in person? Was that the time that me and Bill went game thrifting up in Barrie and Newmarket? Or no, Newmarket, right? Did I pick you up at your house?
Yeah.
One thing, right?
I think it was for a Barrie game exchange.
Was it game exchange?
I think so. We drove up to Barrie.
That was
we went up to Barrie to go game hunting too one time, right?
Yeah. That was another time though.
That wasn't the first time. Okay.
No, I think it was for a game exchange, and it was weird because I was used to staying till the very end to a game exchange, and you were getting very nervous at the end, and you were quickly realized that this would be the last time that we would be doing this because we're on completely different schedules. Plus, you drive like a maniac too, and I was scared.
And he touched you inappropriately?
Of course, yes. That stick shift kept moving. If you know what I'm saying.
All right. Well, we look forward to competing with you again at this year's award show for the Cartridge Club. But really, how arrogant are we to just think that it is between us two when so many other great podcasts on the Cartridge Club network are out there? Polykill, Masters of Unlocking, of course,
Frantic Thoughts.
Yeah.
Frantic's making me nervous, man. There's a lot of movement towards that show.
There's a grassroots movement.
Yeah, I should start knocking on that show a little bit.
So lots
Set
of
my sights on that.
Lots of podcasts to look out for. And we would definitely want to thank everyone for tuning into this, our 200th episode, the live show. I'm amazed this happened without any technical problems. Like, that doesn't happen. I know the intro, the very beginning, it almost looked like Duke's clip wasn't going to play. And I thought, oh, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be a wild ride. But then it played and everything was perfect. Musty, thank you again for your directorial debut on STC Podcast. And Joe, thank you for sitting here with me for 200 episodes.
Bill, thank you for joining me on my ride through these 200 episodes. Appreciate you, even though I don't say so enough. So I just want to let you know that.
Well, thank you. Is there anything else we should say?
I don't think we thanked, and I just wanted to make sure we said it on the air. We need to thank P1 and P2 for allowing us into their community and for allowing us to put our garbage on the Cartridge Club.
That's true. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for those guys having faith in us that we wouldn't drag them completely down into the gutters.
Yeah, that's where the fun is.
That's true. Look for us on YouTube/Start to Continue. There's a big video that's going to come out. I picked up a boatload of stuff last yard sale weekend. So we're going to look at that. And Joe will have some stuff that he will just copy and put on his own YouTube channel the same day. So you can see that in two places.
What channel is that, Bill?
We were supposed to talk about that, but we didn't have time. We're really going to have to discuss that at some point. And of course, there's the website, STCPOD.com, and you can use our Amazon links there to buy your laundry detergent and underwear.
Prophylactics.
Yeah, and you can buy marital assistance aids as well.
Diuretics.
Yeah. And what else? Is that it? TeePublic. There's still shirts there. There's mugs.
Go buy some tidy whities from TeePublic from us that have the STC Pod logo.
Yeah, and not only look for STC Pod, but also search up the Cartridge Club on TeePublic, and you'll see all the content creators stuff on there as well.
And go to cartridgeclub.org, which is the community that we're part of that not only has us, but other great podcasts, blogs, and videos for people in our community. And I believe this is where we hand the reins over to our executive producer for this show, Musty, to do the honors of signing us off and taking us out of this record.
Dang. Okay. Huge honor. Again, quickly, thanks again, guys. This has been awesome. Post it and post it.